Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and I want to introduce to you the new support hero for Overwatch 2, Wuyang, aka Aqua, aka Mercy 2.0. Now, all jokes aside though, I like the brand new support character, and it seems like the Overwatch community really loves this hero, and today we're going to be going over his gameplay trailer, breaking down his abilities and how they work, and then tomorrow, they release for a free trial weekend, so be sure to check out my live stream on Twitch, because I will be playing with a brand new hero all weekend, if I can somehow manage to snipe them from other wannabe Wuyang mains, because we all know I'm going to try to be the #1 Wuyang main. So first thing we're going to be going over is with his staff, because from the trailer it seems a little bit confusing because you would not know that the staff actually has two abilities. The first one is that it spawns in this water orb that you're able to control and bend around corners, and the second ability is that you're able to slam it kind of like a Reinhardt Earth Shatter to heal your allies. For what I'm assuming is his first form of fire with his water orb, this is going to be something where you're going to be able to take control to either do damage to the enemy or heal your ally, and to be able to control this orb, you're gonna press the control button to then manipulate it to travel wherever you want to go. So it's not gonna be at all like Lifeweaver's Flower, where if your crosshair is in the proximity of an ally, it'll just automatically seek that ally. No, you actually have to control the orb if you want to bend around corners. And I just think that's really sick considering what Aqua's lore is. If you haven't checked out my video where we dive deep into his lore, more or less just react to his lore, you would not know that he actually went to school for waterbending. So to see that now as a hero ability, I think is really sick. Now in the trailer, we don't actually see how much damage or healing this orb does. I'm gonna guess it does the exact same healing numbers as it does damage numbers, so that you can kind of decide what you want to do. I'm sure everyone's gonna try to DPS with Aqua at first because, oh, well, I have a staff that heals. No, you're supposed to also heal with it. But I will make a video talking about numbers and how this hero works later on this weekend. But for a second ability with this staff, this is gonna be a healing ability called his Guardian Wave. You send a wave in front of you, and depending on which character is in that cone of effect, it's either gonna heal the allies and then allow for more heals over time, or it's gonna knock enemies back. This is gonna work eerily similar to an Ana's grenade, just without the anti-effect for the enemy, where if you splash it on your ally, literally if you splash a wave on an ally, it's gonna be able to allow for more heals received over time. And I'm sure similar to Ana's grenade, you're gonna do a little bit of initial healing at first, but it's really gonna influence you to use your water orb mainly to heal rather than just DPS. But later on in the trailer, we also see the other element of this Guardian Wave, where if you slam your staff or send a Guardian Wave at an enemy, you're gonna be able to boop them or knock them back. I don't know if it does damage. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be like Pharah's Concussion Blast, where it just pushes them back. But then after his slam, you might notice that he has a similar beam, almost like a Mercy beam that attaches to this diva. And this is why I kind of tongue-in-cheek called him Mercy 2.0, because this is what could be considered his third ability with the staff, which is called his Restorative Stream. This kind of works like Mercy's Yellow Beam, but the biggest difference here is that this is a passive healing beam, where Mercy, you always have to manually apply it to the nearest ally. Here, it'll just automatically apply to the nearest ally. However, if you manually hold this target, which means you don't use your water orb, or you don't swim away, or you don't do anything that would cancel out this passive healing, you can get an improved rate of healing for that ally, but it does have a consumption meter, similar to Roadhog's healing passive, where it has that meter. Here is also a very similar aspect for his Yellow Beam. And I really like that setup, and you see throughout the trailer that Yellow Beam get automatically applied and then canceled when he uses his water ball and then control it. It's almost like they have all the boring elements of Mercy just automatically applied without you having to take away from the fun elements of Aqua, which is controlling your water ball. Then the next thing that we see is Aqua riding on a wave that we all assumed was gonna be one of his abilities, and it is, and it's called his Rushing Torrent ability. Riding on this water allows him to move faster, but also jump higher. We see him jump over that canyon on Lijiang Tower, and this is just gonna allow him to get out of sticky situations that a lot of support heroes, well, maybe not nowadays, but way back in the day, always was a big deterrent of people playing that support hero, because no one would protect the support. Well, now you have a wave to get out of there. And I can't wait to see a custom game mode where they add some CSGO surfing with Aqua. All right, the thing that everyone always wants to know is the ultimate ultimate for the brand new hero. And you might not have noticed it at first because there's actually 2 forms of Aqua's ultimate. And this is going to be called his Tidal Blast, where you can apply a water aura ring around an ally or around yourself. This ultimate has so many features. First and foremost, if you decide to be a good Aqua main and give it to your ally, it gives them a copious amount of temporary health, protects them, and then after a short bit of time, the water aura explodes, knocking back enemies and also healing the targeted ally. If you decide to ult yourself, you then get all the benefits that I just listed before while also knocking back enemies. I don't know, like, I'm sure it does damage, but I don't know if it's like Diva Bomb level damage because you do have the knockback. I'm sure it's gonna work kind of similar to Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, where you're supposed to knock down enemies and then just kill them all. Like, I'm sure it's supposed to be a setup ultimate or allow allies to get some protection, like a Genji or Reaper that has to go deep into the enemy's backline to get a successful ult off. So really, Aqua is a combination of Mercy and Reinhardt with their Earth Shatter and a Diva Bomb. What else do they have? Well, they have their own unique set of perks, 2 minor perks and 2 major perks. These weren't shown off in the gameplay, but I can just quickly go over them in case you're wondering. For the 2 minor perks, they're going to be called Overflow and Balance. If you choose Overflow when you're riding on a wave, you're going to be able to gain 10 more additional ammo and also 33% more healing for your passive resource meter. That's if you want to do more healing. If you want to do more damage, funny enough, you're going to choose your Balance minor perk, where if you deal damage with your water orbs, your passive yellow beam is going to give 40% more heals to your allies for 2 seconds. So I guess if you want to do more heals too, you can choose Balance. And for his major perks, it's going to be with EBB and Flow. I don't know what that naming scheme is. And then Falling Rain. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. That's Ebb and Flow. And that makes sense because when you slam your staff, the wave that comes back is going to do damage to any enemy that's in that cone, but only at 50%. Whereas with Falling Rain, this is one of those give and take perks. Like, you gain 3 additional auras for you can control, but you give up damage and radius explosion because they do 60% less damage each, and the radius is also decreased by 25%. And that's the entire hero kit, at least from the trailer that we saw. Again, tomorrow they release, and I will be making a guide video that will come out on Friday, where we'll be talking about numbers and cooldowns and everything when it comes to the detailed aspects about their hero kit. Here, I just wanted to introduce the hero kit, show off the brand new hero, and to also give my thoughts about Aqua, or Wuyang. I'm going to be calling him Aqua a lot. Well, at first, I jokingly said that he was Mercy 2.0. As we went on, we saw so many different elements and combinations of other heroes, yes, but to the point where I do think Aqua is going to be one of the most unique support characters, but also just Overwatch heroes to play in the game. The waterbending element is very unique, something that we have yet to see, I don't think at all, and it's also going to be one of those skill elements that you really can't know right away because it's not like if you have perfect aim that it's going to translate to being able to bend water. And that's what I really like about Aqua and his hero kit specifically. All the elements we all seen before, but the water bending, oh, that's so cool and that's really sick, and I'm excited to just get my dirty little paws on Aqua and then soon enough see like 10 skins released from him, because you know he's going to be the next it boy for Overwatch. But until that happens, let me know what you think about Aqua, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on my Twitch stream. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.